Hey guys, this is Tombox. Okay, so here we have a future feature match with future JBJ from CWG playing Yummies, and we have MST Squiddy playing K9 Vanquish Soul. All right.
Hello, yeah.
Hello.
Thank you. So your mics are still on. I'll be commentating this match later on, so this is stuff that you hear. But in between side, I'll kind of join in. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell. I'm going to give you guys as many of these Justice Hunter feature match as much as possible so you guys will be ready for the YCS. All right? Yep. All right, nice clean game. I'm going to put a timer on you guys for 45 minutes. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Ready?
Have you guys die rolled?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we'll die roll too. Might as well.
Might as well die roll now. Shuffle up.
Die roll?
Yep.
And today, operating on the table, it's going to be me. So JBJ, you rolled a 5.
40 versus 40.
40 versus 40. Gotta love to see it. Shoutouts. I got 5?
Yeah.
Nice.
And you got a 4.
Alright, I'll go first.
All right. Good luck.
All right, timer has started.
Sure.
And here we go. All right, so we got JBJ starting off the turn. And this is the testing table, so we're going to take it easy. If people make mistakes, I mean, well, for one, all of JBJ's cards are in Japanese, so it's going to be a bit harder. All right, starting with the Lollipop Summon, and that is immediately met with a response of a Molcharmy Fuelos. That does resolve, so Squiddy is going to be drawing a few cards. Are there ways that JBJ is going to demonstrate to us how to play around it? I think he's still going to have to give Squiddy a couple of cards here. Oh boy, eating one of those is just never fun. It's definitely fun on the person playing it. Now, so he starts out with the summon of the Lollipop, going into a link summon of Yummy Snatchy. And Snatchy sets up with the field spell, sets it up from your hand or deck. You get to place it straight onto the field. Now, to kind of identify the two different field spells, Yummy's Minion, that is the one that has a bunch of cakes, and that is the one where you have the effect to summon back from the graveyard one of your Yummy monsters, and yeah, the effects aren't even negated. On the other hand, this is also the field spell that provides you with the boost. Now, all those field spells, they can be shuffled back in to the deck if they're in the graveyard, so you can constantly cycle it through Snatchy. And the first monster we're seeing a Synchro Summon of is going to be Cupsy Yummy Way. You can treat the Link 1 as a tuner. That's the effect across the board for all of the Synchro monsters. If you guys want a guide on every single thing related to Justice Hunters, check out the video where you can learn it all within 15 minutes, where I kind of just graph out everything in an easy-to-absorb graphic based on their design patterns. So that's going to be a second summon here from the extra deck. That's going to provide Chansey with 2 cards already, so Squiddy's up 2 cards. And Cupsy does resolve. So Cupsy Yummy Way provides you with the add of 2 monsters, 2 Yummy monsters. So it's not cards, it's 2 Yummy monsters. And then you have to discard a card. Oh boy, this is going to be strong. So Chansey at this point, or Squiddy, I'm going to keep calling him Chansey because that's just what I call him. He's going to summon out the Holy Suit, and then providing with a Dark and Earth, he's going to take control of the Yummy monster. He's going to choose to tag it out in response to the opponent's card effect, so it gets summoned back too. But since it doesn't target, and they both have the same attack, Squiddy is going to be able to take control of one of those monsters regardless. What a powerful effect. Whose idea was it to give the Holy Sue just the untargeted take effect? But we're going to continue and extend by taking the remaining monster and link summoning that card back into a Snatchy. Now we're going to special summon out a Cupsy Yummy, a regular one. This one on summon lets you add or draw a card. But we're going to go with the add. It's going to be adding a Yummy card, and that's going to be Yummy Surprise.
Surprise! How long do you get this deal for?
Okay. But it's still giving, like, Squiddy a lot of cards. I think of all the decks that you have to play against, one deck that you definitely don't want to give cards to when you're under Molcharmy has to be, like, Vanquish Soul. Giving them, like, all the attributes, and essentially when they start going into their hand traps, when they start, like, throwing them into the graveyard, they'll have enough cards to replenish so that they have the right attributes at the end. Now we're going to be seeing JBJ summon out the Cookie. Now, as long as you control a Link 1 or a Synchro 2, you can special summon out Yummy monsters from your hand. And he's taking the 2 of them. We link summoning? This has to be a link summon because neither of those are tuners.
Oh, I think I put my key.
Oh yeah, they did a test game earlier, so oh, and Squiddy's extra deck is actually not on the table. So yeah, it's gonna be going into an IP Mask right now, hoping that there's gonna be further extensions. I don't know. Oh man, Heavy Borger is gonna be putting back the Holy Sue into hand and summoning itself out. I mean, we already know that Squiddy has the dark, and he's just drawing so many cards. Look at that hand. He started with more cards before his even his first turn, even taking his first turn. Like, what the hell is this?
That's good, yeah.
So this is still a main phase because attacking out effect are based on in the main phase, and seeing that he already had the Caesar Valius, he's gonna tag back in to the Caesar Valius. We're gonna do a bunch of tag teaming here. Does he have all 3 attributes to do the destruction effect? That is the scariest part. If you build a board that responds during the opponent's turn, and K9 Vanquish Soul or just Vanquish Soul in general just puts out these crazy monsters that can destroy your cards, then you're in so much trouble. And link summons are probably the worst because if you have the down arrow, they summon out a raisin. Well, speaking of raisin, there's a raisin, revealing Raisin, Borger, and the Holy Sue for the Valius, and that's going to result in a non-target destruction, likely of the IP Mask Arena, to my knowledge. Oh? You destroy the back row instead. So there goes the surprise. Stand by. We're going to main phase already for Squiddy. I mean, there's an opportunity to actually take out the IP Mask Arena. It's just, as long as you just don't go into the main phase. But instead, Squiddy goes for the column-based play, which is also very strong, considering that the Valius Caesar keeps the IP Mask Arena in check, so she can't just go ahead and do a quick link. And then the Raisin will keep her in check later on in the future play, so that whenever she activates, the Raisin can now chain. I think there's a slight missed opportunity, but I don't think there was just like any gaps for JPJ to kind of interact. Okay, we're gonna have the IP, and there's gonna meet with Raisin. Raisin's gonna destroy both the Snatchy and the IP Mask Arena. We're gonna reveal the Fire and the Dark. This is Raisin's effect, and that's gonna be some mad value if this successfully resolves. Oh, and that does resolve. There goes both of those 3 link ratings worth of monsters all into the graveyard. Really putting JPJ super behind here. And now it's for Holy Sue's effect. Holy Sue's effect going for the summon out of the deck. We got a Raisin and a Heavy Borger. That's going to summon out Jiaolong.
Is it this one that triggers when my...
JBD confirming, is that the field spell that does the triggering of removal to summon more stuff from deck? It would have been really nice, but I think during the opponent's turn, you gotta try to get into a Snatchy at some point, or force attack into Snatchy so that you can switch the field spell out to the one that's more defensive, which is a Croaky. But right now, we got Raisins on like the 2 end columns, and I think he's pushing for game here. This is intense. I believe he already has like Joe Call in the hand from the K9 package, and wow, that is just so much stuff. We're going to battle phase. Valius Caesar in the battle phase, revealing a dark, a fire, an earth. These are the elements that make up the powerful effect of the Valius Caesar. That's going to be a non-targeting destruction effect. We're taking out the field spell, so that's going to reduce the attack. And that's also going to result in the summon out of Jiaolong. I think this push is enough. That's way too much damage already. Like 3,025, 22, 18, 18, 18. Yeah, that's too much.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I think Squiddy basically won this game
I think I made a mistake there. I should have
right
left my body outside.
at the turn 0 point. I mean, we've seen this time and time again, especially at the WCQ. But
Oh yeah.
let's ask Squiddy a couple of questions now.
Let's just
One's
do.
good against Yummies here.
Well, that was a pretty rough game for you, JBJ.
It was.
I mean, the Holy Sue stealing effect totally. I think the non-targeting aspect of it just throws so many people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, non-targeting is generally pretty strong in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, the non-target steal was just ridiculous. Especially if this was during turn 0 for
Turn 0.
for
Yeah,
Squiddy.
you can just start playing during turn 0 and
I mean, we had our couple test games earlier, and I think whenever I establish the board and you go turn 0 play into Caesar Valius and getting the Valius pop, that secures so much positional advantage that it's very unreal about like how much advantage you get just from just doing that one play. Considering that all the set cards are basically duds and nothing can activate.
yeah,
Yeah.
Caesar Valius. Pretty
Caesar
good.
Valius.
Non-targeting.
You had both and Borger. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up drawing a raisin off the
Oh,
field.
no.
That's the one you needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, tribute. Alright.
Are your sides complete?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're good on the sign.
We're fast.
These are fast. And, well, throw in the last little plug here. Check out MSTmerch.com. MSTmerch.com. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And there's also a collab coming up with Imperium Duelist. I'll showcase it to you guys in the second part of the game. Here's a quick look right now if you want to take a quick peek. But, yeah, check it out. That's going to be released very soon. Early August. Early August. That's when you can get it. Limited release. Like, this is not sold at MST Merch. That is going to be on Imperium Duelist. All right. With that said, let's get into game number 2.
All right. I'll try first again.
Yep.
All right. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
All right. JBJ going first again. I hope he does a lot better than that last game. Starting off, once again, Lollipop. Are we having a little bit of deja vu? And we're having deja vu. Is this the same game? Okay, no. Okay. Wait. This time, the game does not succeed. Molchami Fuelos is met with its nemesis, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Okay, so now...
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, wow. Such an early heavy, like Holy Sue. Holy Sue revealing heavy Borger. And that's going to be Earth Dark. Going for the steal effect again.
Yeah. Yummy.
Control has been taken. But is this over for JBJ? I mean,
1 for 1.
they do have the extender. 1 for 1. They are all level 1. We know that there is also a Ghost Bell in Squiddy's hand, though, so that also proves to be a pretty problematic when it comes to, like, once we need to interact with that field spell. But we're going to toss away the drone lockbird. It has to be tossing a monster. That's going to summon out the Yummy Cupsy, or Cupsy Yummy, and that's going to add a Yummy card into hand. If it's summoned from a Synchro, on the other hand, then you can draw a card instead, if you want to. So... You know, the rule of thumb, or, you know, just an easy way to remember all of these Yummy monster, all the Cupsies interact with the deck. All the Lollipopo interact with the graveyard, and all the cookies interact with the field. That's how you identify which affects which. So we're going to go into Snatchy. Snatchy going to a Croaky?
Gonna go effect. Take control.
Why a Croaky? Oh, he just grabbed the wrong field spell. That's why we're gonna allow the swap. Yeah, you know what? We are at the test table. He can't read the card. I don't blame him. Let's just let him get the minion. We're going to let him get the minion.
On the summon.
Okay.
Yeah, you're using effect summon.
Yeah. Great.
Effect to summon from grave. Is it going to be met with the bell? Yeah, we saw the bell earlier.
Reveal it.
Squiddy responds to Minion's effect with the Ghost Bell in Haunted Mansion, stopping the Cupsy from being summoned back from the graveyard. But there is the follow-up. Yummy surprise. 3 effects in there, and one of them is to special summon back from the graveyard. Or it actually summons from hand as well, but, you know, it doesn't target. It's just something that you're able to do to keep on extending. You can activate multiple copies of it as long as you're not using the same effect. So that is now going to be a Synchro summon using the Link 1, acting as the tuner, and we're going to summon back the Cupsy. This is going to go into Cupsy Yummy Way. This one adds 2 monsters, and you put away, or discard, one of the additional cards in your hand. It's not that bad. You do want to load the graveyard full of Yummy monsters so that you're able to tag out. But the tagging effect has to be in response to the opponent's card effect, which is why cards like Pancratops are kind of popular. You know, you can summon them out, just punch over something. maybe use the effect. And we're going to special summon out the Cookie, since there is a Synchro 2 on the field. Cookie's effect is to just reduce attack, but what's the point right now? That is going to be a Link summon. Are we linking one? I think there's also like combos with even like a Sangan. You can go into Sangan, link into Almirage, and then get like one of your Cookie monsters. Or you call Cookie monsters, I mean like Yummy monsters. And then special summon out the Yummy. And then just Synchro with them. But you won't be able to get the effect thanks to like, you know, the errata of Sangan. So this is the end board. We're going to set one. There's going to be a Synchro. So there's enough for a tag out. There's enough for another push. Oh, Borker and Jiaolong reveal for Holly Sue. I keep on calling her Holy Sue, but it's Holly Sue technically. Holly Sue. Oh, Imperm. But that's not that good. Just chain the Borger. Oh, okay, we're tagging out the Cupsy. And that's going to summon out 2. That's going to be 2 of the main deck monsters. Oh, the column game here is going to be very important. Because if you don't deal with the column game properly, the Vanquish will punish you super, super hard. Such as this Raisin. And all the columns were available. JBJ had to kind of split them apart so that there's no double damage destruction. And going into pointing into our Snatchy. Chainlink 2, which is going to be the summon.
Sure.
So Cookie was trying to destroy a card because it was summoned back from the Synchro, and Cupsy is going to go for the add. And I think Squiddy is in the middle of adding a card with Raisin as well. So Chainlink 1, 2, and 3 on the resolving of the 1 now. That is going to be Raisin adding a card. Now remember, Vanquish Soul monsters can't chain on themselves in the same chain. So that's like a vulnerability and a golden timing for anyone trying to interact with them. So if you're going for like the initial search effect on the summon, this is your best chance to maybe wipe them off the field. You don't want to leave any Vanquish Soul names on the field so they can tag out and just keep on going. So Squiddy adds the Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove into hand, which provides access to the field spell, just generating that crazy amount of advantage and protection too. Now, currently on the field, those Yummy monsters, they're not that tiny. They're all being boosted by 2,000 attack thanks to the field spell. But it might have been a better choice to summon back the Snatchy, because the Snatchy can switch out the field spell, and that will provide you with a much better protection, especially when you perform a Synchro summon using, say, your Snatchy. You get to destroy a card, which is very, very valuable. And if any of your cards get removed by your opponent's card and they leave the field, you get to summon one from the deck. So you could have gotten like a Cupsy copy just from your opponent attempting to remove your stuff. And 100 life points from JBJ in response to perform a quick Synchro using the Lollipopo. And this is how you're supposed to interact with your opponent, leaving your cards on the board. It feels like you have a bunch of IP Mascarenas, and then you tag back out and then resummon from the graveyard. I don't know, is there a matching monsters that's similar in different archetypes? I can't remember. I'm sure there is. It almost feels a little bit like Heraldic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres to some degree, except you're summoning from the graveyard and rather than summoning from the deck. And that is going to be summoning out a Cookie. And Cookie does the Book of Mooning effect, so that is now flip face down. That's going to be a Stake Your Soul, revealing Dr. Madlove, providing access to Heavy Borger. We haven't even seen the Canine cards yet, but we know it's there. We've seen a copy of it in the previous game. But that just goes to show how strong Vanquish Soul is and how they've earned, the tops at the WCQ. Now, Vanquish Soul Dr. Madlove has now been normal summoned. It's been revealed. You got in the draw. There's just so much going on here. That's going to add Vanquish Soul Start. And it's going to provide even more cards as long as it can target a card, a Vanquish Soul card, on the field with an attribute. And then you just add something with a different attribute. Going for the targeting of the Heavy Borger. The scariest part is that, you know, this is like one weird part where you can't interact with the card, because if you interact with it and they chain, technically the monster's attribute is now missing, and then they kind of lose the effect of the start. But in any case, a Caesar Valius has been added to hand because that's Earth, and we're gonna get the Mad Love bounce back into hand and summon out the Caesar. And Caesar Valley is revealing every card in hand. We have an Earth, a Fire, and a Dark. It's a non-targeting destruction effect, which is so strong. Okay. That's going to summon back Lollipop and a Snatchy. Oh. Snatchy gets destroyed. New Chain Lollipop is going to activate. Borger gets banished. I'm not sure if that was the right, you know, set of monsters to go for. Maybe it's better to go for two. Is it possible to go for two Snatchies? If there's two Snatchies, that means at least one resolve, switching out the effect, going into the other field spell. And then also providing you with a Synchro. And Squiddy continues to play, taking his Heavy Borger and Link summoning into the Rock of the Vanquisher. And that's going to add back the Heavy Borger. JBJ kind of in a tighter spot, but Squiddy's hand size isn't like overly dominant in comparison. But Holy Sue is now going to activate and summon out, revealing the Jiaolong, and that also summons out the Jiaolong along with it, and that's 2 5s, and that provides a quick access straight into the Xyz extra deck. What are we looking at? I mean, is it going to be Izuna, or are we going to go for the number monsters or Nash Knight? Izuna will provide an ad. The graveyard cards, I don't think they've activated at all. I don't think Yummy cards activate in the graveyard. So he's going to go for the Izuna. Sorry, not Izuna. That's the Ripper. K9, number 17, Ripper. Detach, add a K9 card. He sided out the Liberation, the X-Force Liberation. So he's not going to be able to get that. The Liberation would have mattered. But instead, we're going to see Izuna. And that's a proxy, by the way. Guys, I'm using proxies in this video. If you guys didn't know. But now there's like a graveyard and a hand negate coming from the K9 Ripper.
You don't have it? Yeah. Oh yeah, this is good.
And with that, pass.
Pass there.
Yeah, not great. I can't clear.
Passing turn here. I'm surprised.
Standby.
Yep.
Standby main phase. I was interesting.
Okay, activate on.
It's graveyard or hand?
So, okay. So this is going to be the start of JBJ's turn now. There is a bunch of Yummy monsters. Like the entire family of Yummy is already here. The entire vending machine. We're going to go see a Link 1. I don't think you need to change the field spell at this point, since the field spell can bring back an additional monster anyway.
Go effective with fields.
Yeah, field spell effect. Is there gonna be enough damage to push?
Yeah.
It just summons back from the graveyard, so that's gonna summon out the Cupsy Yummy.
Off the field spell.
That's gonna add a card. Just getting a little effect confirmation. The field spell does not actually negate the monster. The one that I think does would be Lollipopo Yummy Way. Whatever that gets summoned from its summon trigger
It's live.
gets
We're live.
negated.
Sure.
It's a live search. That's a freak search for the Cupsy Yummy. Does he need more bodies or does he need
Summon Cupsy.
spells? That's gonna add a cookie Yummy. Oh,
Surprise.
it's a chain. Surprise. Bouncing back 2 of the Yummy. So this is the removal effect of the Yummy Surprise. Target 2 of your own light beast and target 2 cards your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. Ripper and Caesar back to the hand. Now there is a certain level of danger when it comes to bouncing cards back into a Vanquish Soul's hand because you give them the attributes back. Caesar likely can just summon itself back out. So it's like not entirely like free.
So cute. It's worth
Squiddy just not appreciating how cute these cards are and how much stuff they do. That's what it takes to, you know, stay in the meta. It has to be cute. Okay, so that's gonna be 2 cards. Okay, that's going to summon into
To confirm.
I believe that is Lollipopo Yummy Way.
Right. Summon 2 of the grave. But negated.
It summons 2 on the Synchro Summon, but those monsters are negated, which is fine technically because you can keep on using that to extend. That summons this negated Snatchy, but luckily the synchroing and acting as a tuner is not its effect, but rather it's just part of the recipe or extra available parts within the synchro themselves. So those are 2 are negated.
Summon out. Special.
He's just going for a special summon of a Lollipopo. Special summon out of the Cookie. They're huge right now. He's going to proceed into battle. Before the start of battle,
Ooh, sure.
so Rocket the Vanquisher is going to choose the summon effect and summon out the Heavy Borger. Heavy Borger effect is going to try to get a draw, but there's also a Caesar in the hand.
Sure.
Oh, but instead we're going to go for Jiaolong first because we revealed something to the draw, and now Jiaolong's summoned onto the field. Jiaolong. Oh, wow, just refilled the entire... Everything that was bounced previously from the surprise is now back on the field. I don't think this is going to get enough reach to get lethal. Now that the Rocket the Vanquisher is still on board, you have to hit the highest attack monster. So this is the really big...
This one I can't attack it.
Like 25 each. It's just like United we stand on every monster. Times like a bunch more, like times 3 on each. 35 attacking into the Caesar. But there's one of each attribute. Oh no. What is it gonna destroy? Yeah, it's gonna destroy the field spell. That hurts so much. I don't think there's like protection effects for the field spell. I wish there was. Was there even like substitution? I don't think there is any substitution. Therefore, oh, there goes like
I always have to attack the highest.
what? There's like 2,500 times 5.
Defends himself.
There goes like 12,500 damage just got wiped off the board from one Caesar activating.
Oh, I see.
And there's no replay. You still have to hit the heaviest monster on the other side. That's gonna be Caesar. That cookie's crashing in. That's gonna hurt a lot.
This one.
Even though his monsters are cute. Oh.
This is gonna gonna hurt so much.
Also, I take 2,000.
There's gonna be a lot of damage to be taken
And I
here.
took 1,600.
Oof. He's gonna be at 44 now. 44 to 8,000. You gotta remember that Caesar effect of pop is just so handy if you can just be patient enough to time it perfectly. Squiddy's been doing a really good job. Sure, there are certain plays that could be a little bit better, but he's like he's just playing a deck that he just picked up for the first time. We're going to go into main phase 2. Main phase 2, we're going to use the field spell to put back some of the yummy cards, just put them back into the deck so that the new Snatchy can just, well, put them back onto field. Providing us right now with a regular Synchro Summon.
Oh, can you? That's sick.
This format's gonna be really fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of interaction.
Synchro Summon into Cupsy Yummy Way. That is going to add 2 monsters. Another Cupsy. And another cookie. Now, there is a restriction. Like, oh, why don't you just keep on link climbing this deck? It's because Yummy cannot do link climbing. Once they go into Snatchy, they cannot link summon any higher than a 2. So one option that is available for most Yummy players would be the Fiendsmith package, because the Fiendsmith package means that you can use it for, well, just the sequence. And yeah, that's usually good enough, I suppose. Sure, there's no Agnum Day, but you can definitely still make, you know, DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. All right, once we go back into Snatchy, Snatchy goes into a Croaky for the field spell. I think this is the first legitimate time we've seen this card. So what does it do? It lets you destroy a card on the field if you perform a Synchro Summon. Okay, that's one. And luckily, the one that enables the Synchro Summon would be Snatchy. You just pay 100 life points during either player's main phase or your opponent's battle phase. Yeah, it just has 3 possible phases where you can activate it. Technically 5 if you want to count them all. But the other effect is that if a card gets removed, you get to summon out a Yummy monster from the deck. Like if one of your monsters gets removed off the field by your opponent's card. Okay. And that's it for the turn. So we're going to go into Squiddy's turn. He's going to go to standby phase, main phase. Sorry, standby phase, Borger effect first. He's chaining. I mean, take advantage of these kinds of timing. Which is he chaining? He's tagging out Cupsy. Non-target summon back too. That's one of the best parts. Non-target and it's not negate. They're not negated. I think personally, I would always choose to try to summon back Snatchy just so that I would have more abilities to synchro. But you know, these small monsters, they're not bad either. Because if you can synchro, you can get that pop effect. Lollipoppy banish Holly Sue. I think also Cookie is going to target the face down because you can't really return that back to hand. But this is still standby, so there's no tagging out anyway. Boom! There goes that monster. And Holly Sue is now banished. Main phase. A rock effect to add back. Squiddy adds back Raisin. Great choice. I like the monster spread that JBJ is doing. It minimizes the amount of collateral damage from bad zone placement. Normal summon out Raisin.
With the summon. What's my life point?
Life point check from JBJ. He's going to go for the Solemn Judgment.
22?
At 22. Is this going to be enough to hold himself alive?
I'm scared.
I mean, Squiddy's thinking about doing Burger Bird for game. Oh, wow. Joe Call and the Izuna. That's going to be a double special summon right there. Izuna's effect is going to send a card, K9 card, into the graveyard. Chain the Synchro, putting it back into the extra deck to summon out 2, but it's into chain onto the Izuna, so chain link 2 is now resolving. Lollipop summons out Cookie, and there we go, Snatchy. Snatchy probably doesn't need to change the field spell since the field spell is currently Air Croaky, and Lupus gets dumped into the graveyard. But remember, it's never Lupus. That was a house joke. Yes. Alright, Snatchy effect to Synchro. And then, yes, Snatchy is not once per turn. It's once per chain. And that's going to go into Cookie. Cookie for the double Book of Moon. Chain Link 1 on the Book of Moon, Chain Link 2 on the Pop. What a powerful line there. That's actually something that you want to do if you want to disrupt your opponent's entire line when they're building board. Cookie and the Akroki definitely does a lot of damage. Destroying the Caesar, booking the 2/5s, preventing access to the rank 5 engine. I love this kind of back and forth. This is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is about to me. I want to play cards. I don't want to just play hand traps till I win. I want to play with stuff on the field. But it's like, it's always been that struggle trying to get to those fields because the cards are just so powerful these days. I mean, the power creep's so legit right now.
Yeah.
I think we just went for the start to get the Holy Sue. Holy Sue, revealing Mad Love.
It's always better to reveal the one that you last revealed in case you forget.
Yeah.
I feel like Squiddy probably could have kept the Caesar alive. Just like, because the start's already on board. So starts, if I can just reveal a card in hand, you can keep your stuff alive. Unless there's something else he wants to keep alive. But now with the Dark and the Fire, the Holly Sue is now going to summon out Raisin again into the column. See, the column management of Squiddy is just like so good. Effective Raisin to now search. Holy Sue has been added. Oh, he's gonna go for the activation of what? We're gonna go into battle phase. Does the field spell a Croaky give him another monster? Yeah, but destroying them by a battle does not trigger the field spell. It has to be done by a card effect. They're not as good as the branded Mirror Jade. During end phase, gonna go for the pop. And since it's the end phase, it cannot be chained to because it's main phase and battle phase. I mean, Squiddy's just really just min-maxing all the effects. That Squiddy just loves getting that card advantage. I don't know how many times he's drawn a card throughout this entire match, but it's ridiculous. Oh, okay, so Borger affected draw, not going for Borger affected burn. I mean, Borger affected burn would have been hilarious because that just puts JBJ down to the point where every like quick synchro effect matters. He can't go for the special summon because he doesn't control a Link 1. Do you have to control it yourself? That's a good question. Like, do you need to control it? Yeah, you have to control it. Can't just be on the field. You have to. You have to do so. Normal summon out the Cupsy Yummy, adding Cupsy Lollipopo. Sorry, Yummy Lollipopo. Gotta remember, the archetype is Yummy.
Yeah. So far, so good for you.
Back into Snatch. This deck can grind. If you guys want to play a deck that can grind, Yummy's probably the deck that can grind. It's just been the same cards over and over and over again. I don't know how many copies of Snatchy we've seen just on this game alone, but we're gonna go for the field spell swap now. Place the minion back onto the field. And since we're in the main phase, Squiddy responds later in the open game. Well, not open games, but the closed game state, going for the rock to add back. You know, that's a good question. Can you actually tag out when you have no space?
Oh, see.
What's the rank Vanquish Soul say, technically? You return the card to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. So it will make space. And we're gonna go for the synchro. Yeah, not using the effect. It would be bad to use the effect to synchro while a Caesar Valius is on board or the Raisin. You know, moving out of the Raisin column, summoning into a Lollipopo Yummy Way. That's gonna summon 2 back from the graveyard. It's gonna be a Snatchy and a Cookie. Cookie can provide a pop. And we're going to go for the special summon from the field spell. Is it going to work? Valius is going to chain onto that effect, revealing 3 attributes for the cost and attempting to destroy it.
Yeah.
It's been destroyed.
We forgot about it.
Oh, this is such a tight spot. There's not going to be the damage. Once their minion leaves the field, there's not enough damage to actually push through this board. And also the foot face down like canine monsters. They're not that weak either. They're in the 2000 range. So minion's going to get shuffled back in. It's going to go with a Lollipopo and a Cookie. Those are going to get bottom decked.
No Black Rose, no. It's a lot.
This is a tight spot. This is too tight of a spot now. Even though, like, yeah, there's no, I don't think I see a way for JBJ to make a comeback here. Like, yeah, there's a Lollipop. You can do some tagging effects. You can put the field spells back. But at the end of the day, there's just not enough ways to kind of make your stuff stick on the board anymore. Especially with Caesar and Raisin both on the field. There's 2 canines there. That's likely going to get turned into anything within the rank 5 toolbox. Oh boy. And the protection effect. The protection effect from Vanquish Soul's start is just so extra. If your card would be, you would be destroyed by card effect or battle, like Vanquish Soul monsters you control.
I got no surprises left.
Yeah, wow, this, it's just so impressive. The cards are just so good. I guess that we saw more of Vanquish Soul plays more than anything else.
Oh, but it opens up the zone for you.
Anima effect. Anima effect attempt to take. And Raisin's effect change to pop, and therefore, based on the current rules, the monster stays on the floor, on the field. Yeah, nothing really changed there because you can't even attempt to do the equipping anymore.
And I'll attack your Vanquish Soul. And I take.
And battle, JBJ kind of goes for the self TK right there. GG. Squiddy takes this one to. Oh, it was quite the grind game though.
Yeah.
Just with the boost?
You know what? Let's see what they have to say.
I see. And then you set up Parallel the Arclight.
But I already used my surprises too early.
I see.
Yeah, surprise can reset the field spells from the graveyard by putting one in the grave back into hand and then just placing one in the hand onto the field. So that's the way that they can kind of bypass it. And through that, they can get a lot of damage and just break the board. So usually if someone breaks the field spell, they save a surprise to replay that same field spell back onto the field. So
pretty
that's
good.
how they would secure the board that way.
Holy smokes. There's just no synchros that are level 4 or lower that do stuff, right?
Not really.
Yeah, there's none that's strong enough. It was a really good game though. That game
That
was,
was good.
quite
That
the
was-
grind.
yeah, that was
for
grind.
both sides.
Yeah.
But Chansey takes it 2-0. Very strong.
A lot of misplays, but we're learning.
We're learning.
So that deck just constantly just generated reasons. What was the scary? Okay, JBJ, what was the scariest part about facing off against Vanquish?
Honestly, it's the non-targeting. The non-targeting take. It really, like, makes me think about my plays a little bit more.
It messes with
It
your
messes
timing.
me up. Yeah.
Your timing gets screwed up.
Yeah.
Super disruptive, like
Yeah.
just getting rid of the monster.
I think there was one misplay on your end, JBJ, that I think I caught.
What was that?
Your misplay was that you waited for him to get the Rising out. You should have just.
Dude, I should have just. Yeah.
you should
I
have just.
did.
You just immediately when he was using his first effect, you should have used your effect to synchro, not synchro, tag.
Oh, you can't use both at the same time.
Right.
Okay, yeah, they can't use both at
Right,
the same time.
that's
So if
right.
you use a tag effect, you could have swapped the field spell at that point.
Part of
And
the
if you swap the field spell,
Oh.
now if he tries to commit into anything, he's losing monsters, and you're getting additional bodies as you go.
Oh.
So that's how you cycle it.
part of the reason why I wasn't using the search attack.
Yeah.
So when he did the
Yeah.
first, so he had one
Fair.
opportunity to get that particular effective tag out,
Yeah.
and you waited, and that's when he's like, oh no, now he's lined up.
Yeah. Now he's lined up.
He's lined up.
Seeing the line is difficult.
I didn't see it there.
Even me, I misplayed a couple times with the attributes, summoning the wrong thing,
Something, yeah, and, yeah. There's been
switching
and, like
around
overloading
things.
your zones a little bit.
overloaded. So
But you know, we're all learning about this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. Gave you guys a bit of an insight of what Yummy versus K9 Vanquish will look like. Obviously, the plays between these two players are only going to get better and better since these stuff aren't released yet. This is early playtest. And hope you guys enjoyed our early playtest. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, check out CWG, and also check out MST Squiddy, or just Squiddy's channel himself.
Yeah.
Link in the description. Thank you guys for watching, and we got more coming up, so make sure you hit subscribe, ding that notification bell, check out the mats that we have.
Oop.
I just hit my headphones, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.